Good morning. I read a story recently or I'd heard it a long time ago, but I just came across it the other day as I was looking at some of my papers. And it was a story that Jack Canfield told in Chicken Soup for the Soul. It's a story about a guy by the name of Monty Roberts. It seems that Jack Canfield wanted to have a big shindig for potential donors to one of his charities. And so he went to Monty Roberts, who lives in the Simi Valley and has a horse ranch out there. And he asked him if he could if he would host the event. And Monty said, yeah, he would. So Jack Canfield had all these big hitters come out to the ranch in Simi Valley. And when they got out there, Jack Canfield wanted to introduce Monty Roberts, who was the host, to the rest of the group. And so he stood up and said that this is Monty Roberts, and that Monty Roberts is better known as the horse whisperer. And so then he said, he asked Monty if he'd like to say anything, and Monty said, yeah, he would. So he stood up and he said, you know, when I grew up, I was my dad was a horse tamer. He broke horses, and he used the old method of doing it. And we would live in one place for a little while, and after he had broken all the horses that were available there, we'd have to move to another. And we moved most of my schooling years. We moved many times a year, and I was a very guy that was moving all the time. But when I got in my senior year, the teacher said that he wanted us to put together a paper of what we wanted to do with our lives. And he said that I really caught hold of that idea, and so I sat down and I started developing my idea. And my idea was that someday I would own a horse ranch. It would be a horse ranch where thoroughbreds would be, and it would be a large spread. It would be in a very prime location. And he said, I sat down and I designed it. I showed where all the buildings were going to be. I talked about how long it was, how large, how many acres I have. And he said, I just described it to a T. I said, I told everything about it. I spent days putting it together. And he said, I got it together, and I'd done the very best I could. And I took it and I submitted it to my teacher. And I waited breathlessly for him to give me a grade on it, to turn it back to me. And he said it went on for many days, and he said finally the man came to me, and he laid my paper in front of me, and when I looked at my paper, there was a great big red F on it, and said, see me after class. And Monty said, I couldn't believe it. He said, I went up to the teacher to see about it, and the teacher said, you know, you can never have this dream. You come from a family would never be able to have this dream. And to have this dream is not right, and I can't let you do it because I can't have you have a false dream. So if you want to, I can give you another grade if you'll take your paper home and rework it and make it a more realistic idea. I'd be willing to reconsider. And so he gave Monty the paper. And Monty said he went home and he thought about it for a while, and he asked his dad about it. His dad said, hey son, I don't know what to tell you. He said, I don't know what the answer would be, but I know that whatever answer you choose is very important to you, so you better think carefully about what answer you want to give. And Monty said that he thought about it for several days, and finally he took his paper and he went back to the teacher and he laid the paper on the table and said to the teacher, you keep your grade and I'll keep my dream. And with that, Monty Roberts went over to the big mantle that was in this very large living room that they were meeting in. And there on the mantle, on the side of the mantle, was a picture. It was framed. And when you looked at it, it was the paper. You keep your grade, and I'll keep my dream. And Monty Roberts said that about 3 or 4 weeks before they met this time, that the teacher came out to his ranch with a bunch of boys to show his ranch around. And he said to Monty, he said, you know, Monty, I was a dream killer. I killed a lot of people's dreams, but thank God you didn't let me kill your dream. Wow. Have you got dream killers in your life? Man, is a world full of them. They want to kill our dreams. But we know what our dreams are, and the good Lord gave us those dreams. And so we got to be open to say to somebody, if they want to kill our dreams, you keep your grade, I'll keep my dream. That's what I'm wanting to do with my life, even at this age. I'm going to keep my dream. My dream is that what I'm doing this morning when I'm talking to you like this may somehow reach out and touch somebody through this new medium that's available for communication, and that people will begin to be restored to their dreams. No matter how long your dream seems to have been dead, it's still there and it's still alive. So don't give up on your dream. Buy into it again, please. That's my hope for you, and God bless you as you dream.